Hi everybody, welcome to Fun with Marge. As you know, every Friday evening we do a video tutorial, and this Friday what we're going to do is learn how to make custom gift boxes. And I'll show you how to do the tags on another video. This particular box was made from the Santa's Workshop Design Series paper in the holiday catalog. And the only thing that we're using is the designer series paper and the textured weave ribbon and a sheet of Poppy Parade cardstock. So here are your product numbers. This is a cheap way to go to make your boxes look awesome under the tree, or for giving to your friends and family, or for Christmas parties. So here are your measurements. The bottom is Poppy Parade at 8.5 and 11, and the top is Santa's Workshop DSP 7.5 by 10. Let me show you that designer series paper really quick. This is the one that we made our box from, and all of the little snowflakes are fluffed. They're all fluffy. Oops, truck going by. Sorry. You have striped paper with the ribbons on the back of that. You have the little trees with the green on the back of it. You have the little presents, the little Santa's elves with the red dots on the back of it. You have on the back of the snowman, you have little trees. And on the back of this paper, which I just love, is some holly. And then on the back of this one are candy canes. This is the one I'm choosing to use this time for our box. And let's talk about how we came up with the measurements for that. Okay, this is a custom formula that was done by, it was shown by Donna Griffith, who works for Stampin' Up!, that was done in YouTube in 2016, that I thought was just awesome. So for the bottom of the box, you have to do the width and the length. So you decide how tall you want the box to be. Okay, how much room do you need this way? And the width and the length. Okay, so, and that determines what the size of the paper is. So for instance, if we filled this in, and the width being tall would be 1.5 and 1.5 here, okay, and then the width of the box would be 5.5. You add those numbers up, and that equals 8.5, right? So the length, you want the tall, which we've already determined is 1.5 and 1.5, and how tall or the length of the box is 8 inches, right? And so you add those, and then that equals 11 inches. 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so then the size of the paper is 8.5 by 11 for the bottom of the box. Okay, for the top of the box, you decide how tall you want this to be here. Okay, and so I decided on 1 inch. Okay, so you just fill those in, and then the width we already know is 5.5 by 8. Okay, and you just add all those up. That's 7.5, right, by 10. So the size of paper that you need, and the DSP, the top is the DSP, is 7.5 by 10. Okay, so we're going to start that right now. And let's start with the bottom of the box. It's an 8.5 by 11. Okay, so now what we need to do is to pull out our trimmer. Okay, because what we're going to do is go around at 1.5 inches. We're going to score at 1.5 inches. Okay, I could just get it all together in one place. Okay. Now, another secret that Donna gave was in cutting off a smidge on two sides of the box, two sides that are together, okay? A smidge, as she described it, is you see the indentation there for the blade. You want to go just past that so that it's just a smidge and cut that off. And then you turn it to that parallel side, no, to the other side, to the next side, and cut another smidge. Okay. Now we want to get our snips. We'll set this aside. We want to get our snips, okay, and we want to cut all four sides at an angle like this, just right up to that fold line. And now what we want to do is just cut this line right to there, and this line to there. Turn it around and do the same thing. Now, in a project for a box, your bone folder is a very important tool. Okay, almost cut that too far. You know, I don't make mistakes, right? Okay, so we want to burnish our folds all the way around. See how my nail polish marks everything up? It's about time to change it again anyway. Isn't that the funny thing, is that you're always having to change your nail polish? Now, different people use different things to connect their boxes. See how that goes? Just like that. Okay. I like to use my Tombow to do this. And the reason is because it doesn't dry right away. So that if you've made a mistake, you can fix it. So I do all four of those. Turn it over and meet the edges. So that your box is nice and square. And there's the bottom of your box. Really cool, huh? And guess what fits inside? Ta-da! Or gloves or anything else you want to put in there, but you know, I'm running a business here. Okay, so we'll set that aside and we'll get our designer paper. Now, I'm pretty particular about how I want my, what direction I want this to go in, and I want it to go in this direction, okay? So we want to cut our longest end, which is 10 inches, this way. So, you know, Stampin' Up's trimmer has a nice little armed pull out, and it even has a little holder to make it even, okay? And you measure out 10. And you cut it, okay? And then the other side of that. Okay. Oh, and then we want to, see, we're working on this one now, which is how I got confused. Don't ask me how. So we want it 1 inch tall. So that means that we're going to score it all the way around at 1 inch. Did I score that end? I guess I didn't. Okay, so we're going to go through that same practice again, except that we don't need to cut a smidge off of it, okay? But we do need to kind of corner these on all 4 sides. Just love seeing them come. Okay, so now we're going to cut. Shh. It's okay, Shy. We're going to cut up to your fold on all 4 sides. And then we're going to burnish our folds. And now we're going to do the same thing with our glue. Do our 4 little corners here. And stick them together. Be sure that you line up those little corners. So your box will be nice and uniform. there's our lid. Okay. And it fits on just like that. Now, when we're doing the Poppy Parade, what I do is I cut off enough ribbon that it's just going to go just inside the lid. Okay. And for this, that measures about 10 inches. Okay. Put it wherever it is you would like to have it. I kind of like it toward the top of the box because I like to add other stuff, you know, the tag and maybe a bow or, you know, that sort of thing. And all I do with this and tape those ends down. Just like that. Make sure that it's where you want it to be. Fold it in and run your tape across it. Okay. And then if you like, that fits on just perfect. If you like, you can take another, 4 inches? Just stick it up under here and make a little tie in it. And that's it. All made. Make your bow look at the way you want it to. Might take another minute. But there you go. And you can move your little bow anywhere you want on there. Okay. So that's the end of this project. And see how adorable that is. It's just a perfect little box. And so now I have 2 perfect little boxes. Okay. So I will see you again next Friday. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment and let me know that you are enjoying what I'm doing. And please don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. So ta-ta for now, and I will see you next Friday.